So let's start the session. Hello, everyone. I welcome you all to another episode of Stoop Talk. So we are like here we bring you inspiring stories, meaningful conversation with people who are creating an impact through their work and passion. So today we have the privilege of hosting Dr. Shipra Bhatia, an internationally acclaimed Mandala artist, author, educator, entrepreneur, and mindfulness coach with over 15 years of experience in education and an inspiring journey of transforming life's challenges into purpose through art. She has exhibited her work across India and internationally as well. Authored the globally launched book Live Your Core, the earned an Harvard World Record, and received the prestigious International Art Excellence Award. Through her work, she beautifully blends art, mindfulness, and spirituality, inspiring people to reconnect with themselves and embrace creativity as a part of living. So, ma'am, we are so delighted to have you with us today. Welcome to Student Talk. So to start off, we would love to know more about the person behind this artist. Like, could you tell us about yourself, your journey from academia to becoming a contemporary mandala artist, author, curator, and the founder of Mananta Art, please?
Okay, so it's a long journey actually. So I've been rooted into the education sector for almost 15 years. And the entire journey of mine has been revolving around learning, evolving, and basically creation. So that really thrills me out. So from academia to art, I think it's a calling from the universe because it wasn't destined as per me. I had no idea that art can also feature into my life uh, beautifully that it had. It paved its own way through it. Of course, my academic qualifications are totally different from the field of arts. Like I said, I'm a PhD in management and finance. And due to circumstances, I had to move from one medium to another, which came as art, which started as a hobby, but then it took its own trajectory of life. And then from hobby, it turned into a deep profession. And I won't even call it a profession, I'll just call it simply a spiritual calling. And whatever comes my way, it just meanders from one path to another. So it wasn't thought about, but I think I've taken it one step at a time, and it's a beautiful journey. I've learned a lot. I'm still learning, and I think I would be on this path of learning through art and making it valuable for others as well.
Ma'am, that's an inspiring journey, to be very honest. It's incredible how every chapter, like the academia to then the mandala art and everything, your life has like contributed to the artist and the person you are today, I feel like.
I really
That's
hope so.
amazing.
I mean, I really wish that it has. But my aim would be to make it more fruitful, not only for myself, but as many people that I get associated with in due course of time.
That's really amazing. So let's move to the next question. Your artworks are instantly recognizable and deeply captivating. Could you please tell us about like your artistic style, your unique deep and stroke technique, and what happens with you while you are creating a piece?
Thank you so much. This is really something very incredible that you have talked about for my own self, to boost up my own morale. Every artist has their own signature style. So if my work can create that impact where it's distinct from the rest, then I think as a goal as an artist, somewhere you are close to it, because to create that distinctness first is very difficult in the field of art. I am very drawn to mandala, maybe because of the shape, because it's a circle, and most of my artwork is done only on a circular boundary, which has a deep sense and a deep significance in itself. Uh, in my earlier podcast also, I have touched upon this topic, that why mandala attracts me, because the shape is the only shape which doesn't have, any beginning or any end, which I very well resonate with my own spiritual life so far, that it's an eternal seeking. So all my artworks that I design, they are intrigued by the same concept, and they're highly intricate, because this is what I love about my artworks that I do, because I get into the detailing to the T. That really fascinates me. So I don't stop. It's very difficult to stop myself sometimes, to create space in my own artwork. So this is one thing that I need to learn and imbibe in my artworks. But my style is very different because intricacy is something that really thrills me. So most of my artworks are highly intricate, and not just they're intricate, they evolve, and they have a deep essence. They have a deep meaning. So generally people link mandala only with patterns, but patterns also have a language. Patterns also have a reason behind it, right? So after I create my artworks, then that reasoning comes up, that then I analyze my own artwork and I see what emotions that I went through in that creation. So that's a beauty that I think that, yeah, that's why maybe my artwork's a little distinct from the rest.
That's really fascinating, to be very honest. Like, it truly shows how art becomes an extension of one thought, like one's thought and
Absolutely.
emotion.
Absolutely.
So moving ahead, mandalas are the heart of your work, and you have become your signature style. Have you, like, as you obviously mentioned before? Like, first, what first drew you to the mandala art? Like, and what does it personally represent for you?
There's a very good story behind it. I remember that when I was just starting on with the concept of art, that came to my mind, that it came as a stress buster actually during the times of corona, like many other people. So there was a teacher who used to come to teach my daughter art, and somewhere I told my sir, the one who sir who taught my daughter, that I just want to start with it. So we started with the art, but somewhere, he gave me tips and tricks and techniques how to go with it. But somewhere I said, sir, there is something else that I want to do. So he said, what? So I said, there's an art which is called as mandala art. I don't know, but I'm very intrigued with that art form. And I used to tell him that, sir, I will do art, but this is one art form that I would really want to try, because I think I can be very original in this area, because I never wanted to copy anybody's work. It's the art, the beauty of art is that the originality has to be distinct. It has to reflect in your work. You can be inspired by so many works, so many people, but then don't try to copy it, because then you won't be able to bring your own self in your work. Because I don't belong to any art profession per se. I am not a MFA or a BFA degree holder. But somewhere in your heart, everybody is an artist. You're a born artist. Whether you believe it or not, this skill God has given to everybody in some or the other form. It's just how you recognize it. So this art came to be very naturally, but maybe because I was spiritually inclined to an organization, a Buddhist organization, since my college days. So good 20 years of my life I devoted to that practice. So maybe it emerged from there, the concepts emerged from there. And of course, from a beginner to to taking it more professionally, I've evolved a lot, I've learned a lot. And everybody should take their own time to feature themselves and know themselves what they really want to do. So I think the journey has come beautifully on its own. I have not struggled to be an artist. Neither do I have rushed in the process that I have to reach somewhere. So I've taken the process, I've enjoyed it, and wherever I have come so far today, I've really enjoyed it more than that. So it said that enjoy the journey more than your destination. So I don't know where my destination still is. It's way too far, and I don't know what all I might achieve in that journey. So I just want to enjoy the process and the journey, right?
Thank you so much for sharing that to us. Like, it's very beautiful to hear the deeper meaning behind your work, basically. And that's it. So let's dive deep deeper into philosophy that inspire creation? Like your exhibition titled "मैं शून्य हूँ." Could you please tell us what shunya means to you and why this philosophy is so central to both your life and your art?
Okay, so now we are touching upon the event that is my upcoming event, my pilot project as an art curator. I will not call myself curator, but yes, this idea has been conceptualized by me because I wanted to create something which was very deeply rooted to spirituality, right? So I have participated in a lot of exhibitions so far. What I learned was that there are too many art forms around us, which is again a beautiful concept. But how would it be when we just stick to one style of artwork and then we feature that style so that whoever enters the room, you can get the vibe of the form that we are trying to create. So the concept of Mesh Shunye Ho, which is the title of our event, which is coming up, uh, it was somewhere deep inside. I don't know. It just flashed into my mind that, this is one concept. Maybe I was studying about it also. And it was popping up on my Insta reels also time and again. I don't know, but there is a connection. There's a universal connection to what you think, what you want to do. There is a connect somewhere. So because I was searching for the topics on which I can curate an event. So this was something which came eternally, I would say. And shunya, like we say, it doesn't mean zero, because when I discussed this topic with my one of my friends, she said that why do you want to name something as zero? America, no, it doesn't mean that it's zero. It means that it's the point from where the creation starts. The shunya is the point where actually you have the limitless possibilities emerging, and from that zeroth point is the point where you reach your highest goals, if you're consciously talking about it. So even in art, when you have a blank canvas in front of you, that's the zeroth point when your mind is absolutely blank, before you pick up your brush. So from there, that journey of that creation starts. So that's why it is titled as Meshunyo, because that's the point where all the beautiful original artworks will be created. And it's a very proud moment for me that being my pilot project, all the artworks that would be displayed in the event are completely original and are being in the process of making right now, are in the process of making, and they are absolutely original. There's no reference of past or everybody is in the present moment while they are creating it. So we have designed it in such a manner that it's very thought provoking. It's very rooted to individualism, because whatever artwork will come out of the theme, that will be very identical to the individual self of a person, rather than the piece that we are talking about or the artwork that we are talking about. It's more about knowing your own self, your higher consciousness that we keep talking about the word, right? What is there inside you that you want people to notice about? That can take the form of an art or whatever theme that we have given to our artist. But it will truly show what an artist thinks inside and how he projects it on his canvas. So it's a very different experience altogether. And I would want as many people to walk in and see that, when how it is when the entire art is intuitive rather than being directed. So it's more of an intuitive art that's going to be displayed rather than a direction that has been given to people or just a display of art.
That's such a profound perspective. Like, it certainly gives you a new way of looking at creativity as well as self discovery.
Hope
So,
so.
yes. So, moving on, your work reflects a strong connection with spirituality and mindfulness. So, how do your daily practices influence your creativity, and how is spirituality different from religion in your artistic journey?
Okay, so this is one common question that people keep asking you that, because when we had thought about the title, so many people were confused about, relating it with the religious aspect. So one thing that we really wanted to make clear to everybody was that religion and spirituality are very two different aspects of life. So spirituality comes with the way of life, your thought process, your conduct, your behavior. It's your holistic development as an individual, nothing related with religion. You can be a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, whatever religion you follow, and yet you may not be spiritual at all, right? And you may be spiritual, but yet not follow any kind of religion at all. So, our display of art is purely on the front of spirituality and not religion at all. So, spirituality can be depicted in so many ways, right? What does your inner calling says? How do you project it? It can be related to symbols. It can be related to symbols of your deities. It can be related to universal symbols that we find in the nature, right from starting of a lotus flower to a peacock to a butterfly. There's so many symbols around us. We don't even give that thought to them. There's symmetry all around us. There are patterns all around us, which need a little more attention from the public because that also is art. So we generally look for a certain perspective in art, a solid figure in front of us, a concept in front of us. So then only we term it as art or abstract art for that matter of fact. But there is a place for symbolism. There's a space for spiritualism. There's a space for, if I call it mandala art, which is based on patterns and symmetry and maybe non-symmetrical art as well. So I wanted this niche to come forward and take its place in the in the world of art where people don't generally call it an art. And the beauty of this form is that you don't need to be an artist to explore this art form. So these days we are seeing that so many people are getting into learning of mandala art and taking it as a therapeutic exercise or a stress buster in their life. But it is much beyond that. It's related to your ancient history. It's related to your culture. It's rooted not only to our Indian culture, but so many cultures apart from it. When you move abroad, you see that every history, if you pick up, there is some form of mandala art in that, whether it's in their infrastructure, it's in the construction part, it's in their, if I may take the word of religion also, So this aspect is very broad and very expansive, but very few people know about it. So it deserves its due credit as an art form in our own space, first of all. So this is my little effort where, I really want to take this art form forward and project it in a much different way than what people generally perceive this art form to be.
That's like a truly insightful way of looking at life and art as well, and together as well. So now let's talk about your vision beyond creating art. Like apart from being an artist, you have also founded Mananta Art and curated exhibitions. So what inspired you to create this platform and what kind of artistic community are you hoping to build through it?
Okay, so it has a very broad vision actually. So Manantar art is formed for multiple aspects. One, like I've already touched upon, it's a very niche area which I really want to take forward. So one area which is only rooted to spirituality. So we have a lot of art forms, a lot of galleries are working on the different concepts, folk arts, tribal art. But this is one area which is still not touched upon individually, right? So Manantar art would be a platform that will, cater to spiritual art more than any other art form. One. Second, thought behind creating Manantar art was to give a platform to special needs children and adults. Being a special parent myself, I thought that there is one area where I can really help, where I can be of even little help, that would be great for me. So wanted to give a platform to children and adults who are very keen on taking art as a vocation, right? But due to their circumstances, their different abilities, their different challenges of life, they are not able to get a platform where they can excel, because art as a as a different faculty requires a lot of learning. It also requires a structure. That's why people come from different institutes to learn art and to make it possible. But for these children, for these adults, they cannot have a formal training. Neither do they'll be able to understand it in the same way that generally people walk through. So there has to be a platform where they can just come out with their emotions, because art is all about emotions, what is there inside. It doesn't need to be structured always. So the idea behind creating Mananta art was to give a platform to the students and the families who can take up art as a full-fledged profession. It's a very expensive hobby. When I tell to my students, people who come to learn art from me, when I tell them that art is a very expensive hobby when you start with it. Learning, earning, all these terms are associated with it at a very later stage of life. To learn also, you need to invest a lot in the field of art. And when I talk about these families, there are a lot of challenges. One, that the child has to learn the art form, something that I can learn in 6 months. They may take 6 years to learn that thing, right? That means for 6 continuous years, the parents will keep have to investing money. So this is one platform which I want to give them at a minimal cost, if possible, at no cost, right? So this event also that we are trying to cater to mesh on Neho. So we are trying to give platform to few of the artists, special needs artists, and to the organization. We are not charging anything for that, and this is the only aim in my mind, that I can give them some platform where they can just create art, not thinking that how we are going to go about it. So keeping that financial aspect separate, there should be something for people where they can just come and evolve without a lot of thought. So the idea behind this whole structure is that help people so that they can help further, and a chain can be created, a ripple effect can be created, and also give my artist a platform where we can explore new ways of getting their art connected with the mass audience. Because that is again an area which is a question mark for many people, how to sell your artwork. You can create it, but again, the question of selling artwork is a big, what can I say? It's
Challenge. Yeah.
it's a big challenge. It's a big challenge. Still, it's a big challenge. But I think brainstorming, getting all the creative heads together, can help us resolve this issue as well. So this is one platform which is not a commercial platform at all. We have not created this platform just to monetize it, truly. But this is a platform where people will get opportunity to grow, to brainstorm, to come up with many more lovely ideas, where a community can be created of like-minded people, like-minded approach, and not just commercialize it as a profession. It's much beyond a profession. It's related to your own self. So exploring your own self and then creating a path where you grow, and you also let your community grow along with you. So there are a lot of things which are coming up next along with the event. I would say that people can be tuned to it, keep watching our updates regularly. So they are a lot of exercise and brainstorming has gone into it, and there are some novel ideas that will be coming up soon for a lot many people.
That's really thoughtful. Like building a community is just as meaningful as creating art itself, for sure. And other than that, we would love to be a part of that as well. Like it's a for the special students, what you are actually doing, that's really wonderful. We
Thank
have never thought of it. Like the normal people like us, we never thought of doing something like that. So yeah.
No, I think there are many organizations who are still carrying on this work very beautifully. So I personally know a few organizations who genuinely, behind the scenes, they are working day and night to create a change in the community, awareness, giving platforms. So I'm just a single drop in the big ocean.
Thank you
And
so much, ma'am. So let's move to the next question. So when someone stand in front of one of your artworks, So, what do you hope they experience? Like, what message would you like to leave for aspiring artists and art lovers?
Okay, interesting question it is. So when I see people just standing in front of my artwork, the first thing that they would want to see or they actually notice is some kind of harmony, peace, that they look around for. But what I like is the curiosity that the artwork generates in another person, that makes him stop for a while, pause for a while, and then ask them, what is it about? So that I think each to his own. I think when I see a certain artwork, I might feel a very different emotion from the rest. So this is what art is. What it evokes inside you. It can be totally different from what the other person is thinking. So I will not constrain it to just one aspect. Anybody who just takes a pause in front of the artwork and takes whatever they want to take from the artwork, it can be peace, it can be balance, it can be curiosity, it can be a little bit of jittery restlessness also, even that is an emotion. So whatever it's provoking inside you, you can take. That's a take for you to decide.
Those are truly inspiring words. Before we wrap up our conversation, we would love to know what lies ahead. Like, looking ahead, what is your dream for yourself, for Mananta, the legacy you hope to leave behind?
Legacy, that's a very profound word. So I have just started, so I don't know where this legacy will go to. But maybe I don't know what future holds for me. But the broader vision for starting this platform is to create something valuable, something meaningful. Something that uh, satisfies the inner quench or the inner thirst towards creating value. That's it. So there's not much that I can say right now, but it started with a very beautiful intention, I can say that at the moment. And where this intention leads me, even I would want to surprise myself, with time. So it's just the first step, and let's see where this first step takes me ahead. So probably we'll discuss this in our next podcast.
For sure, ma'am. And that brings us to everyone's favorite segment, the rapid fire round.
Oh, wow.
I would like ask you a few quick questions, and we would love to know your first instinctive answers. Okay.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's a good thought.
So one word that describes you.
That describes me.
Yes.
I'm stuck in the first part. Okay, curious.
That's amazing. For sure, ma'am. You do look really curious about everything, and that's really nice, to be very honest. One word that describes your art.
Intricate. Very intricate.
One word that describes Sunya.
Shunya. I think limitless possibilities.
Tea or coffee.
Tea or coffee? None. Milk.
Sunrise or sunset.
Sunset.
Silence or music.
Silence or music. Both are equally at the same front, but silence.
Canvas or paper.
Canvas.
Black or white.
Gray.
Intuition or planning.
100% intuition.
One artist that who inspires you the most.
One artist that inspires me, if I go with my artwork or the concept, then I think S.H. Razaji, he inspires me a lot because he was the one to create the concept of Bindu. So, yes, definitely, he's the one behind my inspiration also. But apart from that, there are so many artists because there can be no one favorite because we pick up from every artwork, every artist. So the list is endless. Everybody has something more to give.
One book that changed your life.
Okay. I think Atomic Habits by James Clear, that one book really resonated with me a lot, and it made me think a lot and act a lot as well. Think and act.
A place where you feel most at peace.
What better can it be than your own home? I think home is the place.
That's for sure. One habit you never compromise on.
One habit that I never compromise on. There's no habit that I cannot compromise on, because I think there's so many things that I thought they are my habit, but I've eventually compromised on everything. So there's no habit that I can't compromise on.
One emotion you hope every viewer feels after seeing your work or artwork.
I think peace, that should be the best emotion.
One dream you still want to fulfill.
One dream. I think I haven't dreamt of any dream that should be my one dream, because if it would have been one dream, then I wouldn't have achieved so many things. So I think let us dream as big as possible, and whatever we can, what fulfills is okay. What can't, just keep aspiring to fulfill it. So there's no one dream as such right now. I take it one at a time, whatever comes in mind. So right now it's Mesh Unyo. That's it. That's the only dream that I'm dreaming of.
That was a wonderful conversation, and thank you so much for sharing your journey, your wisdom, and the beautiful philosophy behind your work. It has truly been an inspiring conversation, and we are grateful to have had you with us today. And please, everyone watching it and listening it, we hope this episode encourage you to embrace creativity, mindfulness, and the power of self-discovery.
So thank you so much for getting me on this podcast. It was a beautiful experience. It was a great interaction with you, and amazing journey so far with you. And hope that we create valuable conversations ahead as well. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, ma'am.